and one is a mixed media artist. So Ashley, how long have you been doing wood turning? Anyway, one of the things I like to do is get a little bit of background on you. When did you first start doing mixed media art, or any art at all?
Well, I don't know, art in general, as long as I can remember.
Okay.
But painting in particular started when I was 12 on my aunt and uncle's fence in Monterey, California.
You mean you did a mural or something? Is that what it was? Okay. And what was the subject matter for that mural?
Ocean creatures.
Okay.
You could see under the water and a little bit above.
Neat.
I'm kind of known for that.
Very good. Now, what about your formal art training? Did you take art in high school?
I took little classes.
But not formal high school art?
No, I don't think so.
So you're mostly self-taught, as we said.
Pretty much.
Okay. Now today, what medium? What medium? Is it acrylic?
These are acrylic, yes.
Okay. And when you say mixed media, or when it said mixed media, what's the mixed part?
I think that was a typo. I'm known for mixed media, but these here
All acrylic?
are all acrylic.
Okay. And are they?
That one has a little bit of coffee on it.
Little coffee?
A little bit of coffee.
Okay. And is it on canvas? Are they on canvas or wood panels?
These are canvas.
Okay. Mike, I haven't forgotten about you.
Sure.
How long have you been doing acrylic painting?
I never started.
How long have you been doing wood turning? And I should go back even further. Where did you grow up? We know where she grew
Southern California.
up. Okay.
So don't tell anybody.
And what about art classes? Did you do art?
No.
So how did you get started in this stuff?
Well, I'm in sort of things. I started, my first job I had out of high school, I worked in a machine shop in the aerospace industry and such as that. And I've been running lathes and doing metal, and I did one bowl in high school that was a segmented bowl, which was meaning you glue a bunch of pieces together and make a bowl. But the teacher knew less about turning wood than I did.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, if you want to learn something, you find somebody that has done it for a long time, and you befriend them a little bit, and they kind of give you some hints or some tips of how you can do it better and easier. So I won't say that I've been lucky enough to meet people that knew a whole lot about it, and they was able to mentor me a little bit and get me through some rough places that I dug some holes for myself that I couldn't hardly get out of. So, but now I have two or three people that I mentor now.
Neat.
Well, I feel that I have to pass the knowledge on to the next generation.
Very good.
Or not necessarily the next generation, but.
Sure. I'm going to get back to Ashley.
Yes, go ahead.
So it's going to be back and forth, and I'll probably get whiplash. In fact, my neck is a little sore.
Look back.
Thank you. What do you especially like about painting acrylic on canvas?
Well, acrylic is extremely versatile and quite brightly colored. And it's also a bit more controlled than watercolor, which I have not caught the reins on.
I can understand that. Anybody who's tried watercolors knows that that's the primo kind of difficult thing to do. Now, how do you pick the subject? Do you always paint kind of sea creatures?
Very, very commonly.
Okay.
I love animals, creatures, landscapes, those sorts of things.
What do you find the most enjoyable about what you do? You know, is it like coming up with an idea for a piece? Is it actually when you finish the piece? And then the other question for every artist is, how do you know when a piece is finished?
I don't really know. I do have a sort of pre-built-in, like, somewhat vague map of, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this. And if I fulfill all of those steps, I usually consider it complete. I usually consider it complete when all the colors are done, all the details are done, and I finally put on the last bit of contrast and highlights. It brings it to life.
When you paint, like, there's, is that a beetle, I would think?
Yes, a dog-bane beetle.
Okay. Did you do the background first, or did you do?
Yes,
Okay.
I work in layers.
Very good. I understand that, because that's the way I work too, but not everybody does that. And then painting around that beetle would be very difficult if you did the background.
Extremely, yeah.
You're a practical painter.
To a degree, yes.
Let me get back to Mike. Mike, you brought a lot of props here, and if there's any one of your pieces that you'd want to hold up too, but why did you bring these props?
Well, it's just, this is some rough turnings and just some things that I glued together, and, you know, nice tight joints, there's no, this is all pretty precision cut. You just can't do that on a chop saw. I've got a sled here that I cut all the angles with, and they're just, every one of them is absolutely on.
Yeah. What kind of saw do you use? You use a hand saw, like a dovetail saw?
I don't use a hand saw because you don't have a whole lot of accuracy with a hand saw. No, I just use a good table saw, an old 1947 Delta table saw. And this board here is where I cut the angles.
Here, let me lift this off for you.
And the angles have got to be absolutely on.
Now, what about this piece, Mike? What is that?
That's the piece that goes in to set the angles up. It just happens to be for 16 segments per
Okay.
deal, and you just put that in there and move them together, and they're in there tight. And this sled just goes. It just has to be there. It has to be. If the angle is off by the thickness of the hair on your head, if the first one you do is off that much, you have to multiply, because I'm using 16 segments per ring. These are every one of those. Well, this is 32 segments when you put the white piece in between. But if you're off just a little bit, when you put the 15 pieces together, and when you put the 16 piece into that, you find out that you're way off, that you flubbed it up someplace. And you can't, I use hose clamps and other means of gluing them and sucking them together with hose clamps, and you can't bend them, you can't force them, because as soon as you take them out of the clamps, they're just going to break.
Yeah. Mike, did you make this yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Just making that is quite a feat.
No, that's easy. Simple, isn't it? Yeah. This is simple, isn't it?
Okay.
This is our little secret of how we get the precision there.
Very good. What about the finish that you put on your pieces?
I'm using polyurethane.
Okay.
Three coats of polyurethane.
Is it gloss or is it matte? Or
Semi-gloss.
Okay. Do you rub it afterwards? You hand?
Yeah, we take a Scotch-Brite pad and then keep it in the lathe and take anything we didn't. The polyurethane, we wipe it on, let it set for a couple of minutes, and then wipe it off. And sometimes you don't get it there's a little rough spot where you didn't get it all off the right you should have. And then that's why we use the Scotch Brad and buff it up with that and then put one more coat on it. Usually, most of these vessels have got 3 coats on it.
Very good. Back to Ashley. Do you have a favorite piece in this show?
In this particular show, well, I'm a particular fan of the Beetle. It's,
Very nice. Yeah.
it's something that isn't really a repeat of anything I've done
Right.
before.
Very nice. And the other thing I wanted to do is, do you have any questions for Mike? Feel free to ask about his work.
I'm kind of amazed by the fact that you can't even be off by a hair's width.
Absolutely, you can.
I don't have that sort of technical brain, so I guess that's the question. How do you get a technical brain like that?
Well, you know, I spent 15 years working in machine shops. So precision is no big deal. I'm not afraid of.
You're used to working with precision. You've been doing it all your life.
Well, no. Not anymore.
And you started a couple of years ago.
I quit when I spent 15 years in the machine shop, and they were switching over to computer controlled machines. And in fact, all the machines in the machine shop now are all computer controlled.
Right.
So you just have operators that they're really not machinists, they're just operators. They just push a button that stops the machine, they open up the deal, and they change parts, and they put a fresh part in there, and they push the button and go again, and they stand back and watch it work. And I didn't, there's no challenge to that.
Go ahead, ask me a question.
What do you feel about it all going automated?
What do you feel about it going automated? About the computers?
Well, the computer will do things that you can't even think about doing it manually. I mean, that does some amazing things.
But does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me, because
Okay.
I'm out of that now. I just kind of quit,
Yeah.
decided that.
Do you want to ask her anything about her artwork? Did you get a chance to look at it?
Yes, I looked at it, and trust me, I can't do that.
Well, most of us can't do this.
Well,
I find this a bit more impressive.
you have to understand that what you see today is some pretty fancy wood. It takes longer to find the wood than it does to make some of this.
That's interesting. Did you hear that?
What wood is it?
The main wood, the lighter wood is maple. My favorite is to do the quilted maple, and which is.
This isn't myrtle here?
No, that's not myrtle.
Is that maple too?
That's all maple, yeah.
Very good.
That's maple, and the purple wood is some African purple heart, and the redder wood is African bloodwood. But like I say, if I could take a piece of plain maple and had some device I could turn it into quilted maple, I would be a true artist, but I can't do that.
Okay.
All I am showing you is Mother Nature's.
Sure.
You can't, there's no way to reproduce what Mother
Right,
Nature
reproduce is the right word. Ashley, what are you working on now?
Well, after this, I took a little bit of a hiatus for sure. But likely I'll go on making more paintings, perhaps do another art report next year when I get the chance.
So you are at Art at the Board too?
Not this year.
Okay.
I spent too much time on those.
Understood. And how do you come up with an idea? What inspires you to do something?
Frankly, I have no idea. It seems like I call it catching I say, I catch him in passing from a cosmic wind.
I forgot to mention earlier that you guys are allowed to ask questions. In fact, you're allowed to interrupt anytime. Go ahead.
Did you say quilted maple?
Yes.
Explain that.
It's a local wood.
Was that a question?
Some examples of, this is a table that I built for a motorhome conversion, took a box truck and made, you see that's what quilted maple is.
Looks like tiger maple,
Wow.
Yeah. What's the difference between tiger maple and quilted maple? Tiger and
Nice
quilted.
guitar.
Well,
If
it's
it's dense enough.
the tiger stripe, there's tiger stripe, is that what you're?
Yeah, that maple. And,
Yeah, it's,
are they similar?
no, that's a whole different.
Okay.
This is the top, as far as I'm concerned, that quilted is the finest.
The top of the line, so to speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maple would be really, you have to really be conscious of the environment, the humidity and that sort of thing, I mean, in terms of swelling and.
Well, number one, I can't use any wet wood at all, it has to be kiln-dried wood.
Okay.
But
Kill-
once that, then it's over, then it's not, then it's
No,
not.
it's not going to,
It's not gonna move.
well, it's not going to move once you get it, once you take it down to about 6% or 7%.
It's locked in.
It's not gonna, unless you threw it out out in the ocean for a couple of weeks and let it drift around out there, and it just slid back up again.
Janie?
And I have a question for Ashley.
Can you speak up, Janie?
Ashley, I've seen a couple of your amazing paper mache pieces that have been here in the gallery before, so I'm wondering, are you still doing it? Do you plan on doing it in the future?
Oh, definitely. Those take a while, so those are kind of a once in a blue moon sort of thing.
They're amazing. I want to
Thank
do it.
you.
So you were holding out on me, you never mentioned paper mache.
The conversation kind of moves like a passing train. I
Okay.
meant to, I just didn't catch it in time.
He's
Mike?
amazing.
Well, I have a question for Mike about the adhesive you use and how that factors into the calculation. You use it like epoxy or? you
What
use
kind of glue?
Oh, this is type on two.
Type on too?
Yeah. And you don't, because the pieces are so accurately cut off this sled that you could use any kind of glue, I think, but I'm using type on two.
Does that calculate into your,
He's thinking the dimension of the glue changes the dimension of the piece.
Well, I mean, it might, but it's not gonna change the angle.
no,
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same angle, and that's all you're shooting for. I mean, you can look at any one of these pieces that I around, you can
Yes.
see that that's all tight joints. I mean, there's no,
You're gonna pass those around, Mike.
there's no, there's no place in there that's sucked in and it's held. It's not gonna hold it.
So you're clamping,
Yeah,
could that be a strap?
I'm thinking,
that hose
hose clamps and go around it
And
and
then,
tighten it up.
yes, it seems like the ones that are graduated like this time would be tougher to clamp because it's angled in.
Well, but it all starts as just a square piece there. And then I shaped it around a little bit to get where I think that it looks the best. You don't want this angle, you just have no angle on it. At least I don't.
Yeah.
No.
And what is this species of the darker color wood?
This is, bloodwood, African bloodwood.
Okay, interesting. Did you see that?
And can you get all that wood locally here, or do you have to send away for it?
Yeah, it's available. There's none of that wood, there's none of that African wood here, I mean, but there's some in Bedford and there's, I have some sources.
It's
Heavy.
local, yeah.
Yeah, right. Now, Ashley, is there something that you wanna add that I haven't asked you, or none of us have asked you? Is there something you wanna say about your show, or even Mike's, that hasn't been asked? Feel free, you're allowed.
I don't really know.
Okay,
I think it's kind of nice that we have these two very different mediums made by seemingly different people. Like, we have the technical, and then we have the girl who's just winging it.
well, you're winging it pretty well.
Yeah,
What
winging
did you
it.
say? How about anybody else? Well, let's hear it for Ashley and Mike.